Hey everyone, and welcome to our countdown of the 10 best places to visit in Europe. Planning a trip overseas can be tricky. Should you pack an umbrella for London in June, a swimsuit for Germany in October? We'll talk about that stuff in another video. Right now, let's focus on what's important. Figuring out which places are worth your vacation time and which ones you can skip. From famous landmarks to amazing natural wonders, Europe has it all. Whether you love art and buildings, history and culture, or just soaking up the beauty of this awesome continent, there's something for everyone in Europe. That's why I've teamed up with my buddy Kareem to bring you this special episode. Get ready to be inspired. Over the next few minutes, we'll be your guides to Europe's most unforgettable places. We'll share some insider tips and tricks to help you make the most of your European adventure. So sit back, relax, and let's go. Our first stop is the City of Lights, Paris, France. And what better place to start our European adventure than with the famous Eiffel Tower? This tall iron structure, built for the 1889 World's Fair, has become a symbol of Paris and a must-see for anyone visiting the city. Now, I know what you're thinking, Rick. The Eiffel Tower is super touristy, and you're right, it is, but trust me, there's a reason why millions of people visit this amazing structure every year. It's truly awesome, especially when it's lit up at night. For the best experience, I recommend taking the stairs or the elevator to the top for amazing views of the city. You'll see all the famous landmarks from up there, like the Arc de Triomphe, the Louvre Museum, and the Seine River. And don't forget your camera. The photo opportunities are amazing. Afterward, why not have a picnic lunch on the Champ de Mars, the park, right at the bottom of the Eiffel Tower? It's the perfect place to relax, watch people, and enjoy the Parisian atmosphere. Just watch out for the pigeons, and if you want a really special experience, try making a dinner reservation at the Jules Verne restaurant, located on the second floor of the Eiffel Tower. The food is delicious, and the views are incredible. Just be sure to book in advance because reservations fill up fast. Next, we're going to the heart of ancient Rome, to the Colosseum, one of the most famous landmarks in the world. This huge amphitheatre, finished in the year 80, could hold up to 80,000 people and was the place where gladiator fights, public executions, and even fake sea battles happened. As you walk through the Colosseum's hallways and stand in the centre of the arena, imagine the cheering crowds, the clashing swords, and all the exciting things that happened within these old walls. It's a really amazing experience to step back in time and see how grand the Roman Empire was. To get the most out of your visit, I really recommend booking a guided tour. A good guide can teach you a lot about the history and importance of this incredible place. You'll learn about how smart the Roman engineers were, the tough realities of gladiator fights, and the cool stories behind the events that took place inside the Colosseum. And don't forget to explore the nearby Roman Forum and Palatine Hill, which give you a look into the daily life of ancient Romans. These archaeological sites are full of temples, basilicas, and other ruins that show you what life was like back then. Before leaving, take a moment to just soak it all in. Close your eyes, listen to the echoes of history, and imagine yourself back in the glory days of ancient Rome. Now we're hopping over to London, England to visit Buckingham Palace, the official home of the British monarch. Whether you love history, the royal family, or just beautiful buildings, you have to visit Buckingham Palace. Make sure to see the changing of the guard ceremony, a classic London experience. This colourful and perfectly timed show happens every day during the summer and every other day the rest of the year. Get there early to get a good spot and watch as the guards in their famous red uniforms and furry hats march to the palace with a band. If you want to see how the royal family lives, try taking a tour of the staterooms, which are open to the public during the summer. You'll be amazed by the fancy rooms, decorated with priceless art, shiny chandeliers and detailed tapestries. As you walk through the palace gardens, one of the largest private gardens in London, imagine attending a royal garden party, drinking tea and meeting royalty. The gardens are a peaceful place in the middle of the busy city and offer a nice break from the crowds. And don't forget to take a picture in front of the palace gates, a classic London souvenir. Make sure you have your selfie stick ready. Next, we're going to Barcelona, Spain, a city famous for its lively culture, beautiful buildings, and yummy food. And you can't go to Barcelona without seeing the Sagrada Familia, Antoni Gaudi's unfinished masterpiece. This basilica, which has been under construction since 1882, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and shows Gaudi's unique architectural style. Its tall towers, detailed facades and colourful mosaics are unlike anything you've ever seen. Step inside and you'll be amazed by the forest-like interior with its tall columns that look like tree branches, creating a sense of awe and wonder. The stained glass windows fill the inside with beautiful colours, creating a magical atmosphere. To really understand how big and complex Gaudi's vision was, visit the Sagrada Familia Museum, located in the basement. Here you'll find drawings, models and photographs that show how it was built, as well as information about Gaudi's life and work. And for the best views of the city, take the elevator to the top of one of the towers. From there, you'll have incredible views of Barcelona spread out in front of you like a colourful tapestry. Our trip now takes us to Athens, Greece, the birthplace of Western civilization. And no trip to Athens is complete without visiting the Acropolis, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a symbol of the glory of ancient Greece. High up on a rocky hill overlooking the city, the Acropolis is home to some of the most important ancient Greek monuments, including the Parthenon, the Erechtheion, and the Temple of Athena Nike. As you walk among these ancient ruins, imagine the philosophers, playwrights, and politicians who once walked these same paths, shaping Western thought and culture. It's amazing to stand near these magnificent structures and think about the legacy of ancient Greece. Make sure to visit the Acropolis Museum, located at the bottom of the hill, which has a lot of artifacts from the Acropolis, including sculptures, pottery, and pieces of buildings. The museum's modern design and amazing views of the Acropolis make it a must-see. As the sun starts to set, casting a golden glow over the ruins, take a moment to think about the lasting legacy of this amazing civilization. The Acropolis reminds us of the achievements of humans and the lasting power of ideas. We're back in Paris, and this time we're going to the heart of the art world at the Louvre Museum, home to some of the most famous works of art in history. Get ready to be amazed by masterpieces from ancient times to the 1800s, including Leonardo da Vinci's mysterious Mona Lisa, the Venus de Milo, and the Winged Victory of Samothrace. Walking through the Louvre's huge galleries can be a little overwhelming, but it's also incredibly rewarding. Take your time and don't try to see everything at once. Instead, focus on the galleries and artists that you're most interested in. To avoid the crowds, try visiting early in the morning or later in the evening. And if you don't have much time, go straight to the museum's most famous works, like the Mona Lisa and the Venus de Milo. Afterward, escape the crowds and take a relaxing walk through the Tuileries garden, right outside the Louvre. These formal gardens are a nice escape from the busy city and a pretty place for a picnic lunch or a relaxing afternoon stroll. As you leave the Louvre, think about the incredible power of art to inspire, challenge, and move us. The Louvre shows the creativity and ingenuity of humans and reminds us of the lasting power of art to go beyond time and culture. Our next stop is Venice, Italy, a city built on water and famous for its romantic canals, charming bridges, and beautiful architecture. Get ready to feel like you've traveled back in time as you float along the canals in a gondola, listening to a gondolier sing and looking at the grand palazzos along the waterways. Start your Venetian adventure at St. Mark's Square, the center of the city and home to St. Mark's Basilica, Doge's Palace, and the Campanile Bell Tower. Climb to the top of the Campanile for amazing views of the city and the lagoon. You can't go to Venice without taking a gondola ride. It might be a little touristy, but there's no better way to experience the magic of Venice than from the water. As you glide along the canals, you'll go under charming bridges, see the colorful houses, and enjoy the unique atmosphere of this floating city. To experience Venetian culture, visit the Rialto Market, a busy marketplace where you can find fresh produce, seafood and local foods, try some cicchetti, Venetian tapas, and a glass of Prosecco at one of the many Baccari, or wine bars, around the city. As the sun sets, casting a golden glow over the canals, take a moment to appreciate the beauty and romance of this special city. Venice is a place where time seems to stop and everything feels extraordinary. From the canals of Venice, we're going to the Bavarian Alps of Germany to visit Neuschwanstein Castle, a fairy tale castle that looks like it came straight out of a storybook. High on a cliff overlooking forests and lakes, Neuschwanstein Castle was built by King Ludwig II of Bavaria, also known as the Fairy Tale King, as a retreat and a tribute to the operas of Richard Wagner. As you get closer to the castle, with its white towers rising against the mountains, you'll feel like you're in a fairy tale. The inside of the castle is just as impressive, with fancy rooms decorated with murals, stained glass windows and ornate furniture. Visit the throne room, inspired by Byzantine architecture, and the Singers' Hall, modelled after the Wartburg, a medieval castle connected to Richard Wagner. As you explore the castle, you'll be amazed by Ludwig II's attention to detail and his wish to create a world of fantasy. After your tour, spend some time exploring the surrounding area. Hike through the forest, take a boat ride on Lake Alpsee, or just relax and enjoy the beautiful scenery. Take a picture of the castle from Marienbrücke, a bridge with amazing views of Neuschwanstein and the surrounding landscape. When you leave Neuschwanstein Castle, you'll remember a place where dreams and reality meet and the magic of fairy tales comes to life. Our trip now takes us to the Greek islands, to Santorini, a volcanic island famous for its beautiful sunsets, whitewashed villages and blue-domed churches. Santorini is a popular place for honeymooners, couples and anyone looking for a romantic trip. As you approach the island by boat, you'll see Santorini's famous white villages clinging to the cliffs overlooking the Aegean Sea. The white buildings against the blue sky and the deep blue sea is breathtaking. Explore the narrow streets of Oia, Santorini's most famous village, filled with charming shops, art galleries and cafes. Visit the Byzantine castle ruins for amazing views of the caldera, the flooded volcanic crater that makes Santorini's landscape so unique. For a truly unforgettable experience, book a sunset cruise around the caldera. As the sun sets, casting a golden glow over the island, you'll see one of the most spectacular sunsets in the world. The sky fills with amazing colors, reflecting off the white buildings and the deep blue sea, creating a truly magical moment. Santorini is a place to relax, unwind, and enjoy the beauty of the Greek islands. It's a place you'll remember long after you've left. Our last stop is in England, at Stonehenge, one of the most famous and mysterious prehistoric monuments in the world. Located on Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, Stonehenge is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that has confused historians and archaeologists for centuries. As you get close to Stonehenge, with its huge stones rising from the ground, you'll feel a sense of awe and wonder. The stones, some weighing up to 50 tons, were brought from miles away and arranged in a circle, maybe as an astronomical calendar or a place for rituals. Walk among the stones and let your imagination run wild as you try to figure out the mysteries of this ancient site. Who built Stonehenge? What was it for? These are questions that still fascinate us today. For a really special experience, visit Stonehenge during the summer or winter solstice, when the sun lines up with the stones, creating a magical atmosphere. Thousands of people gather at Stonehenge to see these events and celebrate the changing seasons. As you leave Stonehenge, think about the power of the past and the mysteries that still capture our imaginations. Stonehenge reminds us that there's still so much we don't know about the world and that the past can still surprise us. Thanks for joining us on this quick tour of Europe's top tourist spots. From the Eiffel Tower to Stonehenge, we've seen a lot and explored some of the most famous and unforgettable places on the continent. But remember, this is just the beginning. Europe is full of history, culture and natural beauty, with something for everyone. So what are you waiting for? Start planning your European adventure today. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more travel ideas. And tell us in the comments which of these amazing places is at the top of your list. Safe travels and have fun exploring.